Reddit Martian back with another tip-top video for you. r/AskReddit. What's the stupidest thing you've heard a person say aloud in public? Pigs don't have blood. My co-worker trying to explain his belief that pigs don't have a heart, blood, or veins, which is why they're white meat. Wait, so then beef is red meat because it's full of blood, and chickens don't have blood either? What about dark meat? Do chickens have blood in their legs? These are important questions that your co-worker needs to address for us. Dark meat is animals from the shadow realm. Phones don't run on electricity, they run on batteries, said in that condescending ugh. This is so obvious voice. I don't even understand why we need cows when we can just get milk from the supermarket. When I was a kid and my mom would say we didn't have the money for something, I would tell her to just go to the bank and get some. Seems so obvious to 5-year-old me. You were 5. You're excused. I've probably heard worse at some point, but I remember sitting in a Starbucks on campus and this girl was telling this guy about her trip to Italy, and at one point the guy goes, "So where do you want to go next?" and she says, "I've never been to Europe before, so hopefully that." Lol. Yeah, Europe is right in front of the UK. Just out of reach. It's hard to miss. A bit late to the party, but I heard a woman explain to another woman how planes don't actually fly from America to Europe. They just hang in the sky motionless while the earth moves below them. Until Europe appears and then they land. Edit. Wow. This blew up. Also, thanks for the silver and gold. Imagine a debate between this woman and a flat earther. Since when has anyone died from getting stabbed? What are you gonna do? Stab me, stabbed man. Julius Caesar. Breastfeeding is unnatural. Girl in my year 11 health class. It is if your breasts aren't hungry. That's when you gotta make little airplane noises and fly the spoon into them. Edit. Gracious. Co-worker at my old job while we were setting up for Black Friday. It's pretty crazy that Black Friday actually falls on a Friday this year. Tell them that Halloween falls on a Friday 13th this year. Why did I just look at my calendar? On the bus full of high school students, she's half Asian, half Chinese, and don't leave us hanging. What about the other half? I heard two girls talking about baking when one said she wanted to try baking a bread at home, but she didn't know how to make the crust of the bread. She also said she was thinking about baking the crust only because she liked it more than the rest of the bread. She truly thought that the crust was made separately. There is a Japanese bread in which the crust is made separate from a different dough, but that probably wasn't the case. Chickens are not animals, they shit eggs, said a friend who was trying to explain how she can eat poultry and be vegan at the same time. Edit. For the people who want to give her the benefit of the doubt. This woman is 24 years old today and I've known her for 10 years. We went to high school together. I once had to convince this woman that she is in fact 22, not 21. She thought she was 21 and it took me and a team of 4 other people and her to prove to her mathematically that she is 22 years of age. I was in line at a KFC when the guy in front of me asked, "How many pieces of chicken are in a 15-piece bucket?" 13.5. Edit. Thanks for the silver, kind stranger. I'm vegan but I still eat chicken and turkey. So can I get a Cuban? A sandwich with pulled pork and ham, made with turkey instead of the ham? Me. Sure. So do you want me to take the pulled pork off, or make it with double turkey? Him. No, leave that on. Me. Visible confusion. Okay. He comes back later with his lady all mad saying he wants a new sandwich because he didn't know pulled pork was from pig and he doesn't eat pig because he's vegan. I also forgot to mention the sandwich comes with cheese. He didn't complain about that part. When I worked in Congress, I frequently gave tours of the Capitol. As I was wrapping up the tour, one of the constituents asked me to explain the difference between the Capitol and the White House. Okay, sure, not everyone is knowledgeable about American government. I gave them a quick explanation and figured it would be sufficient. Nope. I was clearly mistaken. I then proceeded to listen to this person loudly proclaim that I was incorrect and that the White House is the same thing as the Capitol. Bruh. I got 400 days absence in a year but still passed. High school friend dropped this when we were measuring peeps on how we got away with things. Edit. We were in the metro and some white collars around us woke up from their autopilot mode and noticeably laughed. Edit 2. He made it clear it was days, not hours. During World War II history class, a girl actually thought the front line was a piece of rope held by the troops. What a deadly game of tug of war. Does myself count? I was shopping with my spouse after our child was born. We were in the baby aisle. She picked up a bottle of baby oil, which prompted me to ask aloud, wait, baby oil is actually for babies? A woman who had been walking into the aisle laughed audibly and immediately walked away. Gotta flush the system and replace the fluids every 3-5 months. Newer models don't need as much maintenance. Does an egg get boiled before or after it comes out of the chicken? There is a starlet in my country who's famous. I don't know. For being famous, I guess. Here are some of best-ofs. Translated. I would bulldoze down Church of St. Donat, built in 9th century, and build an older one. Greetings to my parents, especially mom and dad. I'd love to have more self-confidence in other people. I'm always included in mobbing. I have 5 mobile phones. She never ceases to amaze. Edit. For all those asking for a name, a redditor in the comments below mentions it. Oh my god. Are the Karabatic? Saint Donut gave me a hint that it's my own country, but the second one definitely rang a bell. I've heard it countless times. Shortly after 9/11, my wife and I were in the UK. On the way home, the customs officer at the airport was dead serious. Officer, are you a US citizen? Wife, yes. Officer, it says here you were born in New Mexico. So when did you become a US citizen? Wife, at birth. New Mexico is in the US. Officer, no it isn't. It's in Mexico. That's why it has Mexico in the name. Why Harry Potter isn't a book. It's a movie. Ivory comes from elephants. Ebony comes from rhinoceroses. Me. Ebony is a type of wood. God, you're a dumb butt. Me. Edit, just so there is no confusion. Not my significant other. You're both wrong. They both come from pianos. Whilst on Thailand, I had someone say I don't like it, there are just too many Asians here. Did they exclaim it loudly in a crowded room? In retaliation for 9/11, we should bomb the Taj Mahal. Birds are mammals, right? No. They're birds. I know, but they're still mammals, right? I heard some people debating whether birds were mammals or primates. Edit. Wow. Thanks for the gold. My friend has said 2 of the stupidest things I've ever heard. We were discussing climate change solutions in class and she says, can't we fill a hot air balloon with all the carbon dioxide and send it into space? And regarding deforestation, why don't we just clone fully grown trees? Where are your extra medium dog sweaters? I would love to see an extra medium dog though. Standing at the foot of the Jesus statue in Rio de Janeiro, I heard an American ask his tourist guide, are these mountains natural or man-made? Well, they say that faith can move mountains, so maybe it was a joint effort. My gym has just refinished the men's locker room. It came out that there would only be personal showers, not community ones. I overheard 2 gentlemen in their 60s-70s. This is all because of the millennials. What are millennials? Younger people. You know they've never been in the army or navy. Separate shower stalls so we can eat our goddamn avocados in private. Edit. Thank you for the gold and silver. Kind avocado eaters. Earth is flat because if it would be round, then it would bounce. Question. A recent poll shows that 1 out of 5 of Americans can't locate the US on a world map. Why do you think this is? Answer. I personally believe that US Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education like such as in South Africa and the Iraq everywhere like such as, and I believe that our education over here in the US should help the US and should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries so we are able to build up our future. Heard on a crowded bus. She's half white, half black and half Chinese. I swear I could almost hear everyone within earshot collectively facepalm. Half man, half bear, half pig. Man bear pig. I have posted this before, but I went to college in a small town and every Thursday they would have a mobile DMV. When I had to get my license renewed they were having trouble with the internet. The woman in charge instructed the other woman working there to shake out all the wires because sometimes the information gets clogged up in them. Do you know what you are? That's right, you're a champ. Thanks for watching. Like and share if you enjoyed, don't forget the bell. Subscribe for more videos. See you soon, Martians.